Yeah, hi. Is this Middlebrow?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Middlebrow podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Brian Park.
I'm Dan Rosen.
And we're recording from Hello Human in Dime Square.
Yes, the heart of culture, really.
If you're illiterate, you see that we have a guest this week.
Yes.
The drought is over.
The drought is over. We really go in spurts where we just do solos. And we're going to have a lot of guests.
Something for everyone.
In this series. Also, we should mention we have a Patreon now.
Wow. And even more exciting news.
Yes.
I am delighted. We're selling out.
Who are we selling out? That's the opposite.
That's true. Actually, I'm upset. I'm
You wanna
upset
sell
that we're
out.
going to the people.
Yeah. We're doing it the sad kind of indie way where we'll get pennies and we'll have to beg.
I know. I begged
sign
Dan.
up.
I told them I wanted to get funded by Peter Thiel, maybe Palmer Luckey from Anduril, and Dan was like, "No, I don't want that."
You looked at the Epstein list and you just sent me all the people like Deepak Chopra. What about Deepak?
Seriously, we have a Patreon now.
Patreon.com/middlebrow.
So check it out. And that's are we done? Are we done with the serious business admin stuff?
I think so.
up?
Yeah. Well, you've already sold out. You did a Calvin Klein photo shoot today. Yeah.
For New York Mag.
Yeah. Which our guest has a connection to. We'll get to that.
Yeah. I had to join you because you had a New York Mag feature, and then
mine was like what's your airport fit? Which is really like they've given up. Like this is a BuzzFeed article, and they've offloaded all the work onto people who they tell you, oh, you're a tastemaker, and you're like, me, a tastemaker? I'll take a. And I was the only honest person in this listicle.
I got a little upset at you because you were too honest. Your fit was, everyone busted out the Bottega and the Rick Owens,
the Rick Owens Balenciaga. That's what you're wearing?
Yes, Dan.
On your fucking Southwest, you're in group C40, and you're in your Louis Vuitton. I don't believe any of. They're all liars.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna be in print.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that matters for no one. That means nothing to anyone.
We were doing some small talk with our guests up top. We want the institutional validation.
You'll send it to your parents.
Exactly.
You'll make a clipping and then you'll put it on your bathroom.
But I have a newfound respect for models now. I don't know. So
I don't. I've lost respect for you, actually.
Lost respect for me?
Yeah.
New York Mag hit you up and was like, hey, you want to be part of a Calvin Klein feature?
Yeah.
You would say no?
I'd say undies only if I did the undies thing.
Oh my God.
I want to be on house. I want to be like Big Bunny.
Wait, with Big Bunny?
Big Bunny.
Yeah.
That's what I call Bad Bunny when he shows his dick on house and his Big Bunny.
That would be the dream. Just to get that house and street spread, and then underneath your name it says podcaster.
Podcast. That's the future.
Yeah. The photographer gave me no direction, and everyone else was a model, so they all had like 1,000 poses locked and loaded. And
you had no blue steel.
No blue steel. They basically said, just imagine that you're waiting in line at a grocery store.
Okay.
And that's the unlock.
They played the This Is Water David Foster Wallace speech for you.
Yeah, listeners, so I don't know, maybe in a week or two, go buy a New York Mag from your local bodega. But enough about that. Let's bring in our guest.
They haven't featured either of us in Comics to Watch or whatever. Have you been in that, George?
I have, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
And thank you for addressing it.
Yeah. Interesting. And I wonder, is there a relationship with the fact that
But here's what I'll say.
your husband, partner, works for New York Magazine?
Here's what by the way, I was not allowed to do a Grub Street diet because it would be a conflict of interest.
Wow. Oh,
I was told because he's works in.
Oh, I did a Grub Street diet, which that's better than the airplane
No,
thing.
I have a theory.
I have
a theory that I don't get press from New York Mag because
it's a
they're
conspiracy.
afraid. And in fact,
You should be getting more, given who your status.
Yes, thank you. My co-host of the podcast that I host, Sam Taggart, got Comics to Watch like 3 years before me, and it was like, Strader Lab co-host Sam Taggart is great on the Strader Lab podcast.
Wow.
And then they waited another 3 years. And they were like, I guess we've run out of other people that don't have conflicts of interest. I guess we can include him.
George, you want to introduce yourself to our listeners?
I would love to. My name is George Civeris, and thank you for having me.
Yes. You're a comedian.
I'm a comedian and writer, yes.
And you have a comedy special out?
That's right. I have a comedy special. I've never been asked to just like list my... it's called A Sense of Urgency. You can get it on Amazon, Apple. I have this like...
I did a search for it on Amazon, and it took a while for it to come up.
Oh
which,
no, that's not good.
I'm
Well, it
sorry.
is there.
It's there. I found it and I watched it. And it was
Okay,
very funny.
I'm glad
you
to
really
hear
know
it.
how to flatter our guests.
No, if I was him, I would like call someone.
Well, maybe I'll call someone right after this recording is over. I mean, I don't.
Just put it. I'm sorry to add anxiety.
No,
to you.
it's like it's
It annoyed me.
everything is like a series of indignities when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like you think that accomplishing something like that like, you know, when you're nothing is real anymore. Like it used to be that like, okay, you have a special, that means it's like on HBO or like,
Yeah.
or even God forbid Comedy Central.
Yeah,
like at
premium
least those
blend.
are like normal things people know. And now it's like you have a special and you just are forced to sort of, and then it's just like competing with like a reel of someone like farting inside of like a sauna or something.
Yeah.
Like,
and you made that real.
and I
too.
made that
You
real
made that
to
real
promote the special,
to
but it's
promote
not going to
the
get any views.
I really hope that you show up in the Beast Games one day.
I know. Oh my God, I would love that.
So you host a podcast called Stradio Lab.
That's right.
Where you and your co-host get to the bottom of straight culture.
Yeah, we have each guest brings a straight topic and they basically like argue what is straight about it.
So I
Yeah.
want to ask you,
Yeah.
What is something in straight culture that you think gay people should adopt?
Oh, that's a great. Well, okay, my new thing is I think straight
Eating
men
pussy.
completely. Way ahead of you. I think straight men now are just genuinely and objectively more into fashion than gay men are. And like I find myself actually like asking straight men for fashion advice way more than I ask any of my gay
That's
friends.
kind of Jordan Firstman's subway take.
Oh, was it? Well,
well,
there you
not-
go.
not-
I'm
not-
once
no,
again
no, no,
once
no,
again
no.
plagiarizing Jordan
No, no,
first.
no, not-
Do you want to hear my impression of
literally
banana
that.
bread?
No, it's not. He was not.
But I'm sure.
It's
I
in
mean,
the same
it's not
vein
in
where,
a-
where that
yes.
he was saying that gay men dress poorly.
Yeah,
I 100% agree
and
with that
honestly,
take.
that's similar to your subway.
100% agree.
100% agree. Similar to your subway take,
Yeah.
which was that the brand of gay men.
It was straight people have bad taste in gay people.
Yeah, and that generally, like, I think straight people have been psyoped to convince that
Completely.
if gay men are into it, it must be like
Yeah.
fashionable or cool.
Well, I think currently the two routes for gay men in terms of fashion are like workwear, like basically like dressing as though you're literally in the midst of, you know, like wearing a hard hat and working at the factory and you're
Yeah.
like about to get poisoning from the tar
Yeah.
or whatever. Or on the other side of things, the more sort of like sweet, nice Midwestern gay guy who wants to be into fashion and doesn't know where to start. So it's like suddenly like a slim leg lavender chino. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
it's like,
Something to stand
you see
out.
their wedding photos and it's like two guys and one of them's in turquoise and one of them is in purple. And it's like a really weird angle and they have like Lego flowers in their lapels.
Yeah, and it's like, no, this is not.
Yeah.
Being gay does not mean de facto you have good taste.
Yeah. I'm sure like where are the like, where are the Yoji gays? You know what I mean?
Yeah, straights have taken over.
They have. Like when I say menswear, what do you think? You think of a straight man. You don't think of a gay guy. Like,
Yeah, you're not thinking of like Jonathan Anderson or something.
yeah, right. And who's that for, by the way?
That's
You know what I mean?
I never know.
Jonathan Anderson?
Yeah, like who is the Jonathan Anderson customer? I think great artist
For the menswear.
Not to you know.
Yeah.
I think everyone's confused right now.
Right.
I don't celebrity stylist.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, it's like specifically, it's very like farm to table. Like he designs it and then it's on the red carpet and then we
it's
sort of
Met
move
Gala.
on.
It goes
Yeah.
straight to the Met Gala and then into the Met collection of design.
He didn't he just take a photo with like Jeff Bezos at his
That
one of
makes
his
sense.
shows?
Yeah.
It was Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez were there.
Right.
So maybe that's the customer.
That's the customer well, Bezos needs help
He does need help.
He does.
What do you mean?
in terms of his style.
As
I
does
think
his
he looks great.
Well, what's so tragic about the Bezos class is that actually how they looked when they like were quote unquote ugly is now what's trendy.
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
you look at the old like PayPal photos, they all look like sort of like streetwear hype beast guys now.
Well, that's the crazy stupid love photo of
of
Ryan
course.
Gosling and Steve Carell,
Yes.
and now it's actually like swapped. Like
Yes.
Steve Carell is.
Yeah, and
swagged
actually
out.
Ryan Gosling in that movie is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like Midwestern gays that are like,
Yes.
okay, like tight white shirt.
It's like an Ouroboros though, because the Brooklyn gays do this to themselves because they dress like shit, and there's
Completely.
like so many layers of irony
I know,
to get through.
I
And
know.
then you're like, oh, you see now this is a great fit actually, but
Yeah.
to the 99% of the world,
Yeah.
you look terrible.
Well, a huge thing that has been trending among my gay friends over the last like 5 years, let's say, is long sleeve t-shirt under short sleeve t-shirt, like middle school style, like waffle. What is it called? Like
Puka shells, maybe.
oh, definitely puka shells.
Yeah. Like the gay kid in the Mean Girls.
Yes, correct. Yeah, that's sort of like what we're seeing on the runways is Damien from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to know what. So it's a Calvin Klein ad
Basically.
that you did,
Yeah.
but it's native advertising for New York Magazine.
Yeah. They're like 5 tastemakers.
Oh, okay.
Mine's a
But all the
tastemaker.
other ones are models.
It's 2026.
Right.
Everyone's
a
model
podcaster.
/ culinary artist.
Okay, got it. So it's like Alex Castani,
Yeah.
like Julia Fox and you.
Not far, but
Okay.
yeah, they are like
They
they're
do
models.
They dabble in modeling.
I think a lot of them, that's their main thing.
Yeah. Have you done any modeling?
Not yet, but there's still time.
Listeners, come by. Come ready. Well, I want to talk about you grew up in Athens.
Yes, I did. Well, we moved back and forth. So I was actually born here purely by like anchor baby style. Yeah.
Nice.
So my parents were in grad school here. I was born here. Immediately shipped back to Greece. I spent my early childhood through like first grade in Greece. Then we lived here for a bit, and then we moved back to Greece when I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
And so I went to high school in like a Greek-speaking high school in Athens. My sisters are younger than me, so they were like young enough that when we moved back, like the majority of their childhood was there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like the most American of my nuclear family. Like I can easily obviously pass as American. I don't have an accent or anything,
Yeah.
but like it was 50-50. Like I spent very formative years both here and in Greece.
I feel like you're a sneaky Greek. I feel like
Yeah.
do people assume you could kind of pass as anything?
I
which
know.
is like me,
Yeah, because you're
Iranian.
Iranian.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I actually think Iranian and Greek both share that. Like
Yeah, I could be Greek. You could be
or
Iranian.
like we could be like mixed, like Puerto Rican, or
Yeah.
like
I
gotten
thought you were Hispanic.
multiple. I hope it's okay for me to say this. Multiple black friends of mine have told me they thought I was black, like or they
Yeah.
thought I
Oh.
was mixed race.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like white
kind of
people.
have like a Jesse Williams thing.
That's what well, especially when I had a shaved head, I would hear like,
Yeah.
And it's not like white people that don't know, like it's literal other like black people being like, I thought you were black.
And it's 'cause you say the N word all the time. So like,
Well,
you
yeah,
must.
and I'm constantly sort of saying slurs of all kinds, and so I don't really believe in labels like that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, you're free.
But yeah, no, I went to high school in Athens and then moved back here when I was 18 and have been living here ever since.
Yeah, I feel like Greek people look like you or Stavros, and that's
I know, yeah.
Choose your fighter.
Yeah, stop it. I was also like, I want to be. I posted some clip from the special that was like about being Greek, and all the actual Greek people in the comments were like, "We don't claim him. Like everything he's saying is
Wow.
wrong." Because I made some like very silly stereotype based joke about like
Yeah.
Greek people not paying taxes. Obviously,
I mean-
like I get that it's like I'm playing with stereotypes. I'm not like coming like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah, but that's not even that. That's like more of a. That's like a level 2 stereotype.
What
level
they were
1 is
saying-
like diners
yes,
in America.
yes. So totally. But it was like Greek people like in Greek being like, and this is the problem with like the diaspora Greeks is like they think they can say whatever, blah, blah. And then I would like go to their profiles and we would have like mutual friends in common because
Yeah.
like, you know, we presumably are around the same age and went to high school in Athens. And I kept wanting to be like, no, like kind of one of you.
I'm one of the good Greeks.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I have
yeah.
no conception of what Greek people. In my head, it's either you have Stavros
Yeah.
and then you have Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Yeah,
who's
there's
like
that.
an Adonis with long hair.
But there's also more sort of like dark, swarthy, because both Stavros and Tsitsipas are not like the hairy, like Mediterranean type.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think like
Giannis. Papas.
Giannis. Oh, I was thinking literally Giannis, or Yanni the singer. But,
Oh yeah. I was only comedians. That's the only.
yeah, George Stephanopoulos. But he's also not hairy. Like, they can look more sort of Italian, is basically what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they're basically the POCs of Europe.
Totally. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Greeks, Italians.
Once the British take your
Yeah.
historical artifacts,
I know.
you know that counts.
That's a huge thing in Greece, by the way. It's like if you want to like endear yourself to a Greek person, just be like the British Museum should return the marbles, and
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Thank you."
Our researcher Camille, shout
Uh-huh.
out. She.
Oh my God, I didn't know you had a researcher.
We have a researcher.
Incredible.
This is a serious operation.
Okay, I mean,
She said that you hosted an award show in 5th grade called the George
Oh
Awards.
my God!
What-
Wait, are you Camille? Yeah. I can't. Where did I say that? Oh my God!
What is this?
No, so this is.
The Epstein-
This
you
is
said
like
it in the
something.
Epstein
This is a
emails.
classic. Yeah, I said it in the Epstein email.
She searched
They
your
were
name.
best underage girl.
Yeah.
This is something
in
that
fifth
I
grade,
like.
they were
in
your
5th
age.
grade. They were actually older than me, so I didn't do
best
anything
fifth
wrong.
grader.
I think I remember where I said this. Is this like one of those classic things where like in the moment I was like, this is a funny story to share, and I'm mortified that you can Google this. It's also like, it's very much like this is when we lived here. We lived in New Jersey. It's very much like immigrant kid who doesn't quite get American culture. Like I like had watched the Oscars or something, or like I had watched an award show for the first time, and I was like, obviously, like early gay experience, like fascinated by it. And I was like, oh my God, like this is amazing. You can like give prizes to people and they go up and do a speech. Like I'd never heard about anything like that in my life.
I want to give a speech.
Literally. But it's even darker. I want to give the awards.
You want to give the awards. And you give it to yourself. Did George
and I
win
literally
the Georges?
like, well, I'll tell you, I mean, so I might have, I can't remember if it was fourth grade or fifth grade, but I decided out of nowhere, there was no reason to do this, that I was going to create a 5-page, like multiple choice thing for everyone to vote on, like literally like hottest girl, cutest boy, like cutest couple, like
Wow, you're the Mark Zuckerberg. Of
yeah, it was completely
hot
that
or not.
And I remember I might be wrong about this, but I think that by the way, I had no idea that this was in any way gay seeming, or like I'm literally doing like cutest guy and then putting like the 5 hottest guys in my opinion and being like, well, I also did girls, so like they'll know that it's subjective. And I'm pretty sure that for hottest guy, I might have done 4 actual hot guys and then myself.
You were in it.
I think I'm not sure.
Wait, so
but
these weren't voted on. You decided.
they were voted. Well, the nominees I decided,
You
and
decided
then
nominees.
and then I disseminated the.
How did my name get in here?
It was so. I think maybe I took it out last minute because I was like, no, I can't do this. But I did think of putting it in, and there were also ones that were like sort of offensive, like not like racist, but like I think it would be like
Like gayest retard? Like what?
no, like more like coolest, like shorty, and it would be like short kids. Like, and it's like people were insecure about their height.
Yeah,
like
in
you
fifth
shouldn't
grade
do
is,
that
like,
in
peak.
5th grade when people are going through puberty, or like
That was me.
Baldest armpit.
just like things like that, or like I'm sure I had like most. I mean, it was basically like a form of class
But the award is
superlatives.
the George then. You're like, you
Yeah.
win the George.
Yes,
for it.
exactly.
Were people excited to win these awards?
I think people were so bummed out by it, and like
my
I just
God.
think people were like, "Who do you think you are?" I was
Yeah.
because I wasn't unpopular, but I was like, no, like I was in the middle. Like
Did you have a Greek accent? Did you have?
I think by that point I had probably gotten rid of it mostly because I think we moved to New Jersey when I was in 2nd grade. 2nd grade and 3rd grade I was like full in ESL classes, like very much like the foreign kid.
Wow.
And I think I was young enough that I was able to assimilate, and I felt pretty American. But in retrospect,
That's a lot of audacity.
I
3
know,
years post.
but it's like it's
I
out
know
of,
this country.
It's out of sheer
I figured it
ignorance.
out.
Like
We
it
invented
wasn't
democracy.
I know. It wasn't like, I know it sounds confident, but it was more like I had no idea that it was in any way embarrassing. But I
love that.
also didn't know the things I didn't know how much I didn't know. Like every time we were in a very sort of like waspy, like suburban part of New Jersey, and like every time we would go to like, I don't know, like there would be an event at a country club or something.
yeah.
It was like doing ethnographic research, like
Yeah.
in the Amazon or something. Like
Right.
everything was so completely foreign to me.
I had something similar happen to me in Korea. So when I was 12, my parents sent me abroad and I studied there for a year, and I just went to like a regular public school. And when you're 12 or 13, a lot of boys in America, you'll like laugh or snicker at any sort of sexual innuendos. And so we were in a sex ed class, and the teacher was explaining what a condom was. And someone raised their hand. They're like, "What's a condom?" And like the American impulse in me was to kind of like snicker, like, "Oh my God, how do you not know?" And everyone turned to me and was like, "How do you know that? Why are you laughing? Like you are a pervert for this."
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the differences in senses of humor. Humor is famously like the most difficult thing to learn in a different language. Like, and my deepest shame is that at this point my humor is just way more American than Greek. And like
What
when
is
I'm
Greek
in
humor?
it's
what
just
are they?
it's different. It's like this. It's based on different stereotypes that I'm now way less familiar with than I was when I lived there day to day. Like I haven't lived there in almost 20 years. Like it is.
You're not on Greek TikTok.
Sometimes it'll like come up,
Yeah.
but then it'll be like based on my taste. So it'll be like a gay guy doing a Greek podcast that's like about Greek pop stars. I'm like, okay, well, I know that. Like one of my biggest insecurities when I go home is that I'm not like funny in conversation when I'm like meeting people.
Yeah.
They're not making references to
No.
Susan Sontag in
Yeah,
Greece.
exactly. Yeah.
How do you feel about how Athens has kind of become like
It's like the new Berlin.
it's the new Berlin?
I like
Get
it.
rid
I
of
mean, but again,
They've
I like it's like
colonized.
I'm immediately like I love it. Another like not beating the like Greek American allegations. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, for me it's great because I get to go home and like go
And
to a
it's cool, it's
natural
like-
wine bar.
Yes.
I mean, my grandmother, my mom's mom, lives in this neighborhood called Kifisia in Athens, which traditionally was like sort of like a middle class normal neighborhood. And then I think it went through kind of like rough times during the financial crisis, and then it sort of is bouncing back. And now it has become fully like Bushwick Ridgewood. Like it is all expat, digital nomad cafes, natural wine stores, like shoppy shops with like squiggly candles. Because of course Greece is like a few years behind the trend. So it looks it looks like 2015. Yes, like it looks like 2015, like Williamsburg.
But also all the people just want to go to like the old tavernas, that's like with like that look like shit kind of, but have amazing
But
food.
then those are getting renovated. There's this super like rich guy that I went to high school with, and he is like a lifestyle-y type person in Athens. And one of the things he did recently is like take a taverna that had been open since like, I don't know, 1920, and renovated it just enough to be like palatable to tourists, and then added a really good wine list. So it's like the same food they've been making for 100 years. Like it's the same like making the food. But then there's like some fun art on the walls and a good wine list. And it's like obviously doing incredible business, because that's
incredible.
What people want is like,
I love how we're in a place in society where you can describe someone as like a lifestyle-y person. Athens,
totally.
I'm like,
but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What you're talking about.
That person exists in every city.
And I'm also like, I wish that were me. Like,
Yeah.
like I would love to be a sort of, to like go back to Greece and be like, I'm going to teach you guys what I learned in Brooklyn. Like,
To survive, yeah. We're doing craft beer.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, is that happening now? It's like, well, 2015. That was really big.
It's like I'm opening Dimes, but it's like a Greek-inspired salad with like crumbled feta on top.
Yeah, you got it. My favorite thing in Athens, which I can't find here, is every restaurant had this like bowl of greens with just like lemon, and I couldn't even figure out what.
Horta.
Sure, that.
They're they're like braised greens.
It's like braised greens, and it at every restaurant it's like earthy. It's almost like beet.
Yep,
greens.
it's like one of my favorite things to get in Greece, and you can't get it anywhere.
You cannot
else.
get it here. The food in Athens is unbelievable. It's like one of my favorite.
I know,
food
it's so
cities. Good. And like so cheap. You're just like, what? How is this? I'm eating for $5. Food infinitely better than.
I know it is. I wonder like where it's going to be in 5 years, because it is like, it really is a perfect place to live if you're sort of like tri-coastal creative director type.
It's going to turn to Barcelona where they're just spitting on tourists. And
although the Greek people are generally like less tourist phobic than other Europeans. Like they've always been good about like learning English and being able to communicate with people. I think also because Greece has like barely any other exports or like any other like sources. Literally,
tourism.
like tourism is such a huge deal that it's like they are sending their best to like man the desk at the hotel.
Yeah, and at the Acropolis.
Yes.
It's like,
yeah, totally.
Wait, I have a brain worm now. So I want to revisit but you have this take that you're known for, that the straight people are nominating the worst gay people.
It's straight people have bad taste in gay people.
So where do the heated rivalry boys
that's
fall
a great question.
on the spectrum?
I think I saw that and I actually immediately thought of your take. It's like, this is generally a gay show for straight people.
It's definitely a gay show for straight people. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't think it's like
Flip it. No.
I don't think it's like bad. Like I think it's like there are way worse things that straight people have embraced. Like the things that I mentioned. Well, the thing I forgot to mention is Rachel Maddow. That was literally the thing that like inspired me. Because like, can you imagine? Like Rachel Maddow is like a complete psychopath, and she's like every night there's like all these like trembling libs that are like watching her like, what's gonna happen next, and they're like hanging on her every word.
And then what about Barry Weiss?
Barry Weiss, that's a great example. No, but literally, like that's a great example. But then on the more like pop culture side of things, like the Queer Eye guys, like even if you look at like which drag queens become super big in the mainstream, it's often not like the cool alt ones, obviously, or like
Neil Patrick Harris.
Friend of the pod.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, that's the thing. That was the thing when I was when I was preparing to go to do that. I was like, okay, so cool. Who can I like?
Who, you looked at who followed. You looked at who followed.
I was
you?
like, but even just like, you just never know who's watching.
Yeah.
Like people kept commenting Andy Cohen, and I was like, I am not touching that. Like, I'm not commenting on whether Andy Cohen is a bad gay guy.
Please put me on your program, Andy Cohen.
Yeah, like I'm not. No, I'm ultimately a coward, but yeah, but
you found the safe. The Queer Eye guys are safe.
But the I'm trying to think about the heated rivalry. I mean, the thing is, the show is gay, but the guys, Hudson is definitely straight. He had a girlfriend.
Oh, he's straight?
He had a girlfriend.
I don't know. Okay.
The other one seems more gay to me, But the other one also, you know, he was in the clowning community in LA. Do you guys know about the clowning community?
Like the
that have like taken over like the Elysian.
Zach Zucker and
very much. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if him and Zach cross bats, but like that definitely that
cross
world.
swords.
So like people I know would be like, yeah, he was like in clowning shows until like a few months ago.
Gay.
Yeah, I know. Well, it could go either way.
Wait, is clowning gay?
Clowning is very bi. It's very like bi poly ponytail guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it's also
yeah.
honestly very like cult leader who always has like a hot assistant. Like assistant
I know
in like a
nothing
magic
about
in like
the
a magic
clowning world, and I'm sad that it's resurfaced.
It's really shocking, actually. I just spent a month in LA, and it was my first time actually interacting with the clowning.
And did you go to the shows?
They're in my shows. They're in the show. They're in comedy lineups. It's like you'll go to a
And what are they doing? Like
It's
Marcel Marceau. Like
it's more like performance based. So like one that I saw was
That tells me that it's leaning gay on the bi spectrum.
You know,
Performance based,
right.
Very conceptual.
You know what it sort of reminds me of, like, oh God, what was that Colts documentary that everyone liked where they were playing basketball and he was wearing a
Nixium.
Nixium?
Yes.
Keith Raniere.
It's more that. Like it's straight in that way. It's like sort of like weird in-group dynamics where you're like, I hope no one's getting hurt here.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got.
So it's less juggling and more.
Now, am I saying that the heated rivalry guy is an abuser? I don't know.
I don't know. Clip it.
Yeah. Anyway,
So they're on your show. So you're in between two stand-ups.
There's a clown. Yeah.
Is a clown.
And so it'll be like, maybe the bit is like, okay, so the show that I did, and I don't remember, you know, apologies if I'm offending anyone. The show I did, the bit was the host was like, so the next person, like he's like a lawyer from like Pittsburgh and he won a competition to do stand-up here. So then he goes up and obviously like does a whole anti-comedy bit.
Yeah.
But then there's like an unexpected twist where someone from the audience who clearly is like his plant gets up and interacts with. So it's like a performance within the confines of a comedy show, if that makes sense.
I hate following that because
Yeah.
also it's like I used to do shows where there was a sketch group and it's just completely different. The expectations are different. Usually it's very bad. But then, or like a musician where they get to you, and then you're like, "Well, I'm just here telling jokes."
I have a follow-up question for you, Dan, and that is, when it comes to your fine art preferences,
yeah.
it seems like you would like this kind of performance where it's very contextual and it's very referential.
Yeah, but I don't
when
wanna
it
go
comes
to
to comedy, why is it anything that falls outside the parameters of like, just give me a guy talking into a mic, but fuck everything else?
Because usually it's really bad and not funny.
I'm with you on this. I'm also like,
and the bar is so low because
Yeah.
it's like comics are so trained for like a laugh and a hard laugh and have a point. And there's this grace we give like sketch and improv and clowning where it falls outside of the purview of comedy where it could be conceptual and interesting and which actually is just code for not funny.
completely. Also, there is a cadence and a rhythm to a stand-up show that is immediately ruined the second someone does anything else. It can be like, because sometimes you'll do a show and there will be like a musician or something, like not a comedy musician, but like someone doing a song. And even if it's like Mariah Carey, like it's going to ruin the vibe because then the next person has to like bring the audience back to like laughing territory.
Camille noted that you once said in an interview,
my
I
God.
basically think stand-up comedy only works as in-person and that 99% of tape specials are unwatchable.
Well, and that's why I had to
Except for
prove
yours.
I had to
Except
prove
for
that you can do it
yours.
right. Well, that was gonna be my subway take, is that stand-up shouldn't be filmed. But then I was like, well, I don't want to like invite people to be like, but you know.
No, it's so much better.
But
I mean,
it is a live form. Like it's the same reason why like a taped play is like just significantly worse than like seeing it in person.
and also the fact that crowd work has become so big. That's the biggest example of something that does not translate.
Completely. It's all about like anything could happen at this show. What's going to happen? Is someone going to walk out? Is someone going to get into a fight? The way to view taped stand-up of any kind, whether it's like reels or a special, is almost like as advertising for live comedy. Like, I'm like, best case scenario, if someone sees me do stand-up on Instagram, they will then be like, oh, he's funny, I should go see his show.
This was mediocre. It really should be done in person.
yeah,
I'll give it a
exactly.
chance.
Yeah.
So you studied symbolic systems.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, but then
This is crazy.
But then you did media studies at MIT. And I think watching your special, it kind of shows because
Thank you.
there is like
I think. Yeah.
there's a cerebral, quote unquote, highbrow quality
Thank you.
to your brand
You're on the
of
right
comedy.
podcast.
Yeah,
I'm very well. No, I heard this is Middlebrow.
This is Middlebrow. That's ironic.
yeah, of course. It's
No,
ironic.
it is Middlebrow. I am very
It is Middlebrow,
lowbrow.
yeah.
I don't know what Dan's chirping about right now. But we've talked between ourselves where like comedy, I think it's really challenging to kind of preserve that sort of, I guess, like the highbrow edge, because comedy, I think, is like a very lowbrow art form.
Completely.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's honestly, it's a real like people's art form. Like what you are trying to do is at any given point win over the
Wine
majority
moms
of a crowd.
in
Well,
Florida.
yes, yeah, completely. But it's like you are literally like, and also even if people are dissatisfied, it just shows and it colors the entire experience. And unless you're someone that like has the confidence to do anti-comedy and be like, if I'm only playing for two people and they get it, then that like, even someone like Maria Bamford, who I think is like, you know, one of the best living comedians, like sometimes you'll watch her perform and it's like there's not a lot of laughter, and she's comfortable with that, and she knows that like the right people are reacting, like the people that she's
I mean, I perform at the Cellar, and it's like any joke of mine that would work in Brooklyn or at open mics or at, you know, certain niches, just like I won't even dare.
I know.
Try it, and they won't even get like tags I love. Like that you know, Brian brought up Susan Sontag. You have a Susan Sontag reference in your thing. That is, I assume, for you almost.
I mean, there's definitely things that are just for me. Like I added
and that's for me, and it made me laugh. But like, you know, I wish there was a broader audience.
I mean, there is literally a joke that the only thing that I had them put artificial laughter under was. I'm pretty sure.
Wow, comedy is a lie.
Literally,
guys.
like, because everything I was like, I want this to be honest, like what? But there's a joke where I'm talking about like straight weddings and how like progressive straight people are so like nervous about seeming progressive at their own weddings, and then the line is like, you know, the reading is Gramsci's Prison Diaries or something.
Yeah.
Like no one laughed at that, and like I barely think it's funny.
I don't know what that is.
It's just like
Antonio Gramsci was an Italian Marxist, and
he was in prison. Yeah, it's just
okay.
It's the idea. I mean, if anything, it works because no one knows what it is, because it's like, can you believe these people are having readings at their wedding that are so like niche and political, whatever. So to answer your question of like whether, I mean,
the Yuck Yucks crowd doesn't like the Gramsci material.
I know. I mean, I don't, but I think that's what's like interesting about it, is seeing like how far you can take it and have people laugh.
I mean, I would say like Gary Goldman has moments where he does that, and almost the point is that the highbrow references like compound to reach like it's almost its own jargon.
Yes.
And that's what's funny. And then obviously the people get it. It's funny. I mean, Chris Fleming also.
Totally. Yeah.
I hate Gary Goldman.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
He's
just
a very
I'm like, you love the smell of your own farts too much, and it shows. I've honestly reverted back to my high school self with my relation to the stand-up, where I'm like, Dane Cook is the funniest comedian. I love how performance-based.
I mean, I went through a phase last year where I watched Family Guy nonstop, like every night. It was like really grim. Gary Goldman I started in Boston, and Gary Goldman is such a like,
he's like a god.
Boston hometown hero. There's like a few guys that are like, I mean, Gary Goldman,
Bill
Eugene
Burr.
Merman, like Pete Holmes, that like were sort of right, like a little older than us, that then were like made a huge impact on the Boston scene.
Yeah.
You contain multitudes.
Yeah,
You're talking
yeah.
Susan Sontag, but you also famously, well, I mean, I relate to this. You also love Tame Impala.
I love Tame Impala. Yeah, they just released a remix with one of the Blackpink girls, I believe.
No.
Yeah.
Things are not going well for Tame Impala.
All of the
chasing a
Blackpink
new
girls have
audience.
just like normal names that are capitalized.
Rosé,
It's amazing.
Jenny.
Well, Rosé is at least not a normal name, but it's like Jenny and Lisa. That's it. Jenny
Incredible.
and Lisa, but they're all caps. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jenny is in the new Tame Impala remix.
And
And is
very
it
happy.
good? Is it
It's
is it
sort
a
of just
banger?
her covering the song. Yeah. So it's fine.
How did Tame Impala become like the like infinite jest?
I know.
Of bands where it's just like the reference to the performative male.
Yeah.
Because it's entry level alt.
It is entry level.
It's like a frat bro's like is going to be a little different, but let's try this out.
But I also think it like anything, it's not alt enough. Like I think why I like it is that it like hits all the pleasure centers. It's just like really like fun, funky dance music.
Yeah, but it's just guitar. Anything that's guitar music now is like indie.
Like if anything, I see why like Radiohead became the like infinite jest of music, where it's like, oh, you think you're so cool because you like Radiohead. But I'm like, does anyone think they're cool because they like Tame Impala?
Maybe much like Infinite Jest.
Yeah.
That dude doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, completely.
The dude that's the like lit bro thing.
I know.
I've never met that person who's reading that 1,200 page
completely
book that's not at all what the stereotype of it is.
You'll meet that person once every 2 years and it'll be like, whoa, like you exist.
Yeah.
Like, because they are out there. And like, I remember one time in college, I was like, I don't know, there was like a bong being passed around and it was very much like everyone like theorizing. And then there was some guy that was like, you realize, man, we just live in like a country that isn't even free. And I just remember being like, oh my God, this is like in the movies. Like this would be this would be like in a movie that's making fun of like college students.
Yes. Yeah. I sat at dinner and next to me was a guy talking to this much younger woman. And he was like, well, Bukowski says.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, I was just eavesdropping the whole time. I was like, I can't. I've heard about you.
Yeah,
they've spoken about you in legends.
I know.
This is kind of random, but I saw this tweet where someone like alluded to how Olivia Dean doesn't speak to the gays.
Yeah, that's true.
Why? Like how? Like is there some? How do the gays all descend upon like the pop star of the moment? Like,
this is like so. First of all, it's a great question. You're asking such great questions, and I keep not answering them well. Like I keep being like, that is an amazing. That's an amazing like thing to think about, and then I just have no answer for it. I still want to give you a good answer on like the highbrow and comedy question. I'm trying to think of like a joke that I tried and it just like went nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I think? Okay, here's my answer to the highbrow thing. If you commit to like playing a character, being like making fun of yourself for being pretentious, then people will laugh. Like I'm clearly making fun of myself and I'm like, oh, we share a bottle of Sancerre. And then I like say the word Sancerre in like a French accent. Right. Obviously, I'm not being serious.
Right.
And people, you don't have to know like what kind of wine a Sancerre is to be like, he's being an asshole right now. And I feel like that's like the way around it. Like if you could say the name Susan Sontag and have someone laugh at it without knowing who she is or without getting the reference. If you're basically like, you know, doing a sort of like gliding onto the stage and like making it clear that the character you're playing is like pretentious gay guy.
Yes.
You should try that.
The character you play.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, wait. What was
so
the
well.
Okay, so
how'd you find this character?
I pretty much killed that question. What's the next one? What's the one that you just... Oh, Olivia Dean. Yeah, so Olivia Dean is Starbucks music, and she is sort of like there's a rich history of Best New Artist winners, like Esperanza Spalding, is that her name? Esperanza Spalding. Nora Jones, I would argue, is like in this vein. There's always something a little bit like adult contemporary about it.
Yeah.
And
how did Mos Def describe Drake's music? It's like music to shop to.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think she's very talented based on the one clip I've seen of her, but like there's no camp element that like gay people
very earnest.
She's earnest, and she's also like, she's pastiche, but not in a gay way. Like she's nostalgia based. Like she's referencing, you know, the performance at the Grammys was very much like retro, you know?
Yeah.
But not retro in a
Amy Winehouse
way. Yeah. Like it's way more by the book. It's not like she's not really playing with the references that she's bringing to the table.
Bruno
She's
Mars
she's sort of like, so these are the references, period.
Yeah, I'm just doing that. That thing that you liked, I'm doing it again.
Whereas Lady Gaga is, or even Madonna in her heyday, or even like Addison Rae now, who the gays do like they are sort of like remixing.
The gays like Addison Rae?
Yeah. She's sort of...
Again,
do you guys like
Addison Rae?
Okay.
Yeah, I like the music.
Yeah, but to me, it's just pop. It's just like
to me, it's just like, oh, these are all the pop stars. Like, this is fun.
Okay,
yeah.
But I understand like Charlie XCX, Addison Rae. Like, there's certain pop stars.
No, I understand why Charlie has been the guy
she has like
Chapel
a subversion
Roan.
to her.
Yeah, definitely.
Chapel Roan, I don't get either. She's earnest, isn't she?
I would say Chapel. I personally do like Chapel Roan, but I think Chapel does fall into the category of like, this is the kind of gay person straight people like. Like I think she transcends that.
She's Hell's Kitchen adjacent.
Completely. Like I do think she transcends that to some extent, but like your mom would like Chapel Roan.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
drag brunch.
Yeah, completely. Which to her credit, she like plays with. Like she is like, I'm a drag queen. Like she like is aware that she's doing drag brunch music.
I like drag brunch.
Like I feel like K-pop should be bigger amongst the gay community then, because it is very
know.
campy and very referential.
I know, but
Too sleek.
K-pop.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I knew. I have to say,
There's a lot of racism that the gay
there's
community
definitely
has.
a lot. I mean, that's sort of what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm sure there's also racism. I also feel like the thing that happened with like me and K-pop and maybe other white gays is I was not aware of it as it was like on the rise. And then one day I woke up and I'm supposed to just like pretend that I've always known about this, and if I haven't, then that actually means I'm also like racist.
Yeah.
Like I
Old
just like
and racist.
literally like, and so I was just kind of like, okay, like I'll do my homework, but like I'm not. Maybe I'll be ready to comment on it in 5 years.
Right,
when
right.
I like have an encyclopedic knowledge.
When it's just like it's the most hyper pop.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you guys watch the gnarly performance at the Grammys?
no.
Cat's Eye.
Cat's Eye.
Oh yeah.
Cat's Eye is my barometer for like I am old now.
Completely.
I'm not even gonna try to understand
Yeah.
what's happening. I just learned recently that they're
Is
not
that
even Korean.
They're not even Korean.
They're not. No. They're the first global girl group.
Okay.
They were created in a reality
lab.
Wait,
show.
are they singing
Oh.
in Korean?
No, they're singing English.
Okay.
But there's like at least 2 of them are American. There's other countries represented as well.
Yeah, but
Is this
they're
entertaining for you
K-pop.
listeners? Just
But then
three
why?
unks trying
Why
to-
are they? Why are they considered K-pop?
I think because the reality show where they were created was in Korea.
Okay.
And they were created as a K-pop group for a global audience.
God, this is like.
Well, it's very like made in a lab.
Yeah, it's
like,
a product.
Yeah.
That's why I can't get into it because I actually just respect the integrity of
Totally.
the artist.
Same, and that's why I listen to Addison Rae.
Yeah, and is Addison Rae the first influencer who's actually made a successful turn? Like she started off as like a pure influencer, like lip syncing video, and she's actually made a successful turn.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any other.
I mean, the influencer title is interesting because people have started, like Justin Bieber started as essentially a YouTube musician.
but he was
music.
he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
music.
Like Addison was not actually like making things on SoundCloud.
Yeah, she went into like a creative meeting, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Well, we could make you a musician." And we're like,
Totally.
yeah, I'll do that.
Maybe. I mean, the people of her generation, like the D'Amelio sisters, like did nothing and just became
Yeah.
like reality, sort of like flop reality stars.
Yeah, because they're boring. There's nothing.
Yeah, there's
interesting there.
nothing interesting there. Who are the 2 brothers that are like big boxers?
Jake Paul and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
they
favorite
become boxers,
YouTubers.
but they've pivoted like 20 times.
I know.
From like crypto to MAGA to boxing.
You should have them on the podcast.
I would love to have them
I think
on the
we could
podcast.
get along very well.
should
I
ask
am
them
deeply
about
fascinated
Susan
with their
Sontag.
like career.
I know.
Yeah, Jake Paul like sold his rights to Sora, so you can just make like an infinite Jake Paul videos.
God.
Oh, did you know that there's that one TikTok star, Kabe Leme?
Okay. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the guy
and-
who does like.
Yeah, he just does a reaction, but because
Reaction.
he doesn't speak, he sold his likeness for $1 billion.
Oh my God.
And he's 25, and he used to
Oh,
be a
cool.
factory worker when he was 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
So
in
you know
5
what?
years,
I do.
amazing
Listen,
exit.
I think anytime someone like grew up without money is able to like hack the system and make money, I'm all for it. What I don't want is like, you know, a sort of like annoying, talentless, like fame hungry demon that suddenly I have to like know about.
That's all our culture is.
I know,
now.
it's true.
Then why is Addison Rae accept an exemption from this?
Well, because I think to
She's
her
also
credit,
a fame-hungry
to
demon.
her credit, she like attempted something artistic. Like I think that's what I mean. It's like obviously like I understand that all of us like you have to have a podcast and you have to like do whatever. But at the end of the day, like there's something.
Right,
all of
right.
it is in the service of something that's a little less Instagram Reels based. You know what I mean?
God,
You're at the cellar.
We're grading the curve. The curve we're grading influencers on is so horrible.
I
like,
know.
well, at least, yes, everyone's just a fame-hungry monster who's talentless, but at least she kind of has a song that's like,
Listen, she has an album and it's like
yeah, she does have an album.
it sounds good in my ears.
Yeah, for shopping.
Yeah.
So on your podcast Radio Lab, you
Yeah.
like to ask your guests. You have a segment where you ask your guests to bring in a straight topic.
Yes.
I've come in with a gay topic.
Oh, perfect.
That I want. Well, I
we
don't-
do once a year. We do Gadio Lab during
Gadio
Pride.
Lab, okay.
We've done it 3 years in a row, and people bring a gay topic. So I would love to
now
hear
I'm
yours.
afraid that mine isn't even like a real phenomena. But like, what are examples of like Gadio Lab topics that have come up?
Well, the thing is that like everyone is basically like doing a bit. So it's like someone brought in the umbrellas as a gay topic, and it was like, Well, okay. So first of all, umbrellas are gay because of like the LGBTQ umbrella. Second of all, they're gay because they don't really work. So it's like the queer art of failure. So you like hold them and they don't actually do anything. We were making the argument that like umbrellas, there's this promise that umbrellas are going to cover everyone, but they actually only cover the person in the middle, and that is like the way gay culture. You know, it's like it's like a prompt for you to just like theorize wildly.
To do a bit.
So there's no wrong.
Okay,
topic.
great. So I'm coming in with something earnest. This is not
Okay.
This is not a bit. I go to a local gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's not It's not like a big chain gym. All of the gay men who work out at my gym, they all wear dad hats, but like backwards.
Okay.
To the point now where I'm like, it's become
While they work out.
just like anytime I see a dude with like, why do all gay men wear their like backwards dad hats?
I mean, this is such a funny thing to say because that's growing up. That was a classic straight guy thing.
Yes.
That's like the cool straight guy would wear his hat backwards, and much like workwear and like
It's all
Carhartt, it has become gay, and then straight guys are getting like $85 haircuts at Mott NYC.
Yeah. Well, if you look at like all the Daily Wire podcasters,
Completely.
like they all dress like the queer eye guys from 20 years ago.
I know.
So maybe gay people have to, in reaction,
Yeah.
have to go, they have to colonize straight
Yeah.
culture.
The other thing I would say, if I'm theorizing about this, is like maybe, no one's hair looks good when they're working out. And so maybe a gay guy who's especially attuned to aesthetics is like, well, I can't have people see my non-coiffed hair. So that's why I'm putting a hat on. And the backwards is just so I can like see in front of me and see what I'm doing.
just like a practical thing.
Whereas like a straight guy wouldn't mind if he's like sweaty and his hair is all over the place.
Okay,
We don't care, we're just
sorry.
messy.
I thought I was gonna go to a more fun place, but instead it was just like, duh.
We have
They're
to.
they're cosplaying straight.
Damn, I flopped again. Next question.
I like how we've just forced you to be ambassador of gays.
gays.
You have to have a press conference. Tell us what about the
I'm
gays.
finding myself being less and less funny on like podcasts. I have to remind myself, like, right, the point, like,
He has to be
I'm
silly.
supposed to like be silly.
We have your podcast to be silly. It's
I
never
know.
fun. I just did
But
a
I'm also like trying to impress you guys. I'm like,
no, come on.
No,
I'm
don't
like,
be impressed.
we're-
I don't even know what podcasts are because
I'm like running in place. I'm like Susan Sontag, Gramsci.
Yeah. Make those are
Yeah,
references you
yeah,
made.
yeah, yeah.
Nothing's real. I listen to the podcasts that are quote unquote popular now, and I'm just like, why would anyone listen to this?
I know.
It's insane.
Have you ever? I mean, the ones that are like literally like the Dax Shepard one or like the Smartless one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like unlistenable.
Yeah, they're the least content
It's crazy.
dense podcast
Yeah.
of all time. I'll even somehow like I listened to Julia Roberts on Smartless and I'm like, there has to be something interesting here. There has to be some nuggets. Some
I really hope
juiciness.
there was something interesting in this episode. 'cause
What
then we're
could
gonna
she
sound like
possibly
idiots.
say?
I
That
don't
is
know.
interesting. Like-
They didn't even know how to ask questions.
Yeah.
Like Sean Hayes asked Nate Bargatze if he just improvises
But what would
his
you ask
stand-up
Julia
bits.
Roberts?
I mean, that's iconic.
I would ask Julia Roberts about Mystic Pizza. I would just talk to her about Mystic Pizza.
Or you would ask her, she used to be a huge like bitch in like the 90s. Like she would like play mind games with people. There was this whole thing where she
I
like
didn't know this.
Oh, wasn't she married to like a right wing like Nazi?
that. I know. Are you thinking
paraphernalia
about
connecting person?
Sandra Bullock?
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
My name's Sandra
Don't,
Bullock.
don't spread slander.
Julia, I mean, it's like you have a gay guy on. I'm gonna know which actresses are married. I'm gonna know what actresses were affiliated with Nazi.
We brought you
with
here
Nazi
to-
husbands. No, Julia Roberts had this thing where like there was some breakup that someone she used to date dated someone else, or someone she's dated used to date someone else or something, and she like orchestrated a paparazzi photo where she was wearing a t-shirt that like made fun of the other woman in some
Whoa.
way. And of course, please don't write in. You can easily Google and find like what I'm talking about. I don't remember the details, but like she used to do things like that. Like she wasn't
Yeah.
always like, she's now
Very my best friend's wedding, actually.
yes, exactly. She's now like, obviously America's sweetheart. And it's funny. Nikki Glaser was saying on Howard Stern that the one thing she like couldn't land a joke on was Julia. Like she kept trying to do a Julia Roberts joke, but people love
Yeah.
her so much. Even if it was the most perfectly calibrated joke, no one wants to like.
She's
laugh.
impenetrable.
Yeah, like no one wants to laugh at Julia Roberts, which I get because I do also.
Because
love
it's
her.
like making fun of movies.
Exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
she is movies itself, and why we
We
go,
need her. Yeah.
we do need her.
But
And
everyone makes fun of Nicole Kidman, and they kind of
she's
occupy
not,
the
she's
same.
not human.
And I also think people, yeah, and I think unfortunately people have been making fun of her for so long because it was always like her face doesn't move, and that's been going on for like 30 years basically.
Yeah.
Like, so there's more of a
And
precedent.
has Nicole Kidman had a rom-com? No. She's always
Yeah, certainly not recently.
I want justice for Nicole Kidman because she's gone on the record. And if you look at her filmography, she basically only works with young, up and coming female directors now.
She has amazing taste.
She's doing the work.
Yeah.
And putting on up and coming
She's
female
an interesting
directors.
actor where she's never had a huge movie.
Nicole Kidman?
Or
That's a good question.
And George Clooney kind of was saying this too. Like they're both actors who like everyone loves, but almost for their stardom, like they've never had.
Well, I mean, if you're talking like box office wise, I don't know, but in terms of Nicole Kidman's like artistically speaking, I think she has
like
really
Birth.
like Birth and like, I mean, The Hours was like a very acclaimed movie. Like, oh God, whatever. This is like crazy because I actually love Nicole Kidman. And I'm like
Peacemaker.
blanking. Yeah. The Other's a great movie. I watched it recently. So she does. I think like Eyes Wide Shut is the one I was trying to think of.
No, Dogville. She has like amazing.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, you're right though. I don't know what is her. I mean, at least George Clooney is in like Ocean's 11, like Michael Clayton. Like, what is Nicole Kidman's big
like signature movie?
Yeah, for like the average person, in the way that like the average person.
AMC. She's in the AMC intro. That's her biggest role.
It's like people don't know, like Kirsten Dunst. People might not know about Melancholia, but they know Spider-Man. Like they know like she's Mary Jane in Spider-Man.
Virgin suicides.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mona Lisa Smile. To connect.
George,
yes.
I want to say on this, you've said that small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, great minds discuss celebs.
This is the most research we've done.
This is incredible.
Shout out to
We're
Camille.
grilling you.
What is your go-to celeb gossip right now? That is just like occupying the most real estate in your mind.
Can't say Epstein.
Wait. That's a really good question. By the way, I was early to the Jen Aniston Obama rumors. I was spreading that years ago.
Those.
Oh, this is like
is that real?
Well, now I think maybe not, but and at this point Jennifer Aniston was like has literally commented on it, so it's like
I saw
not
another
a secret.
thing about like Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes, Kumail Nanjiani and Michelle Obama. Yeah,
is that real?
No, none of
I
that.
don't think so.
None of it's real.
No.
Dan, you don't think anything's real?
No. I think actually most things are very boring and fake. Who would be the biggest gay actor if they were to come out?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Or George Clooney.
Oh, you think George? You think?
No, I don't actually think he's gay. But like, you're saying who's currently the biggest closeted gay actor?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to I'm not
Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Fair enough. You do have a
George is too media trained.
reputation.
No, it's not even that. It's. I'm not like so up my own ass that I think anyone cares what I'm saying. But it's like, what if like.
You're not Dumois.
What if
I don't want to.
No. It's just as an anonymous person. Like you can find a video of any anonymous person saying something, and then like put it somewhere, and then suddenly they're getting like the CIA in their door. But I mean, I do think it's interesting that Alexander Skarsgård is like willy-nilly playing all these gay roles, and that's all I'll say.
That's okay.
That's all you'll say on that.
You won't talk about Hugh Jackman at all.
Hugh Jackman, I actually think, shockingly, is straight.
Wow.
I honestly think
that,
like
the love of musical theater. You think?
I think that he's because there are.
He's John Marcos.
Yeah, I was about to say like he's John Marco. Like I really do think so. I mean, he literally left his wife for Sutton Foster. I mean, I understand that that's like the gayest person you could leave your wife for.
Wait, I want to talk about. So you wrote for the Golden Globes with Mary Beth Barone.
I wrote with Mary Beth. Yeah, Mary Beth Barone was hired to host the official red carpet for the Globes. And
y'all crushed it.
And we
everything went viral. All the comments were like, "This is fucking hilarious."
What was the best joke you wrote that didn't get in?
We wanted to do I wanted to ask people if they thought it was offensive that they had a lesbian play a beaver in Zootopia, and they didn't let us ask that. We also wanted to ask people if they thought Zootopia was pro or anti-police. They didn't let us ask that. We had a bunch of questions about the Melania movie. We wanted to like earnestly be like, so do you think the Melania documentary is going to get you in theaters? Because people are like talking about like theater struggling.
Wait, before we move on, Melania, gay icon or not?
I know I've heard.
She seems poised to. I mean, everything about her is like, trapped, mysterious.
What's
tragic?
Here's my actual answer to this question. I think Donald is more of a gay icon than Melania is, because Donald is like a full drag queen. Like he's like a real. I mean, he's a full drag queen. He has all the makings of like a delusional megalomaniac gay guy. Like And if anything, him being being with someone like Melania, it's like that's his diva. Like,
Yeah. Well, doesn't he like ask the people to play like memories from Cats when he's
completely
stressed?
obsessed with Broadway. I think the fact that he's like
I
obsessed
didn't
with
know- Is he really?
Yeah, he loves Andrew Lloyd Webber.
his fear. Someone had this theory on, I don't know, probably like some Reddit subreddit or something. That's like basically what Trump really wants is to be like a big time Broadway producer, and the fact that he wasn't able to achieve that is why he like has decided to destroy the entire world. Like he's like, okay, well, if I can't do that, then I guess I'll be president and like take over the Kennedy Center.
That's hilarious.
Build like a wing of the White House that looks like Las Vegas. Like
he cares about aesthetics more than any.
So he wanted
president.
to become Scott Rudin.
Yeah, well, yeah. Even like Scott Rudin
Barry Diller, I think,
meets
actually.
like Barry Diller. Yeah.
He outed Barry Diller. Like, Barry Diller's. It's like, yeah, but he was like, everyone knows your secret, Barry.
Did he say that?
Yeah, like in his first presidential.
Well, even that is so
run.
gay. That's so like bitchy.
He's so bitchy.
Yeah, he's so bitchy. And he's
He
like,
says everyone's on. Who do you say he's on the fat pill? That's come on.
he's. I mean, yeah, he's unfortunately like the funniest man in America. But so
fascist,
Melania,
fascist, Nazi. We can all agree.
completely.
Funny.
But I do think that's what's stopping Melania from being a gay icon is that her husband is more of a gay icon.
Gay icon.
I have heard. I
can
know
only be
people.
one gay icon in this.
I know people that have watched the movie and they're like, it is a lot about her gays. Like it's about her like.
Oh, does she have a group?
Yeah, like consulting with the gays for like the place settings for the big dinner, like things like that.
Who are these? Must be like the.
Like, how do you get in on
must
that?
be on the outs. These gays
Outs of what?
of like
the general gay
mainstream
community.
Gay community.
I don't know.
Lock-
There's a lot of
lock-
gay Republicans.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gay Republicans, but there's also like new agey gay Republicans that like are Trump gays.
Right. Oh yeah, he has some in his cabinet.
Why look at me?
He has the
No.
most gay people in his cabinet.
Wow. I mean,
I think it's 2.
he's too.
Yeah.
He's progressive.
Because before that, it was just Pete Buttigieg. Sorry, Trump is more fabulous than Pete Buttigieg. But it is.
He's a progressive icon. I've always said that about.
Well, I know. It's tough.
Well, before we end, I wanted to talk about how your partner, husband is
yeah.
the food critic for New York Magazine.
Yeah.
You live what is my dream, which is I assume
People say that to me a lot.
You have to. Are you? Well, maybe. Are you sick of? Are you like not another tasting menu?
I mean,
no more amuse bouche. The one that you have haunting wine pairings.
Can I be honest? Yeah.
Yeah, you're over it.
It's like it's something that talk about something I try to joke about on stage, and of course everyone's like,
Yeah.
fuck off. Like you're like the idea that I could ever make it funny that like I keep being taken to free
Yeah,
dinners.
I have to go. We have
so
to
funny.
get this arepa truck in the Bronx. We have to go.
No, when he first got the job, I was like, he's had it now for maybe 2.5 years, maybe almost 3. When he first got the job, week 1, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, I'm going to come with you like 4 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And then I felt absolutely disgusting. Like I
Well, that's why Pete
immediately
Wells-
was like, yeah, I mean, I felt absolutely disgusting. I was not enjoying seeing people, seeing, especially in like higher end places, people recognize him, then like trip over themselves to please him.
He doesn't have costumes.
Well, he does have. I don't know how much. He doesn't have costumes, but he does have like a fake name that he makes reservations
yeah.
under.
George
Civeris. I do sometimes make the reservations for him because, well, I guess secret's out because he doesn't want his name on it. I basically was like, I can go with you like once a week, and then it'll be basically like our date night, and so it'll be like still fun. I'll get to have like a free
Except
dinner.
he has like a notepad.
Completely. I'll get to have a free dinner, and it's like and then I'm not going to gain like 50 million pounds. Like,
Because he goes 4 nights.
He goes like 4 to 5 nights a week.
Oh my
Whoa.
It's his entire life. Although honestly, I don't know if in 10 years like magazines or food criticism will exist.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other issue.
You'll have to do those sisters like,
Yeah.
if you want the best lobster mac and cheese.
The VIP list girls?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing. Shut the fuck up, your stupid face.
My favorite is when they say the creme brulee needs a therapist. It's one of their favorite.
These are not. They're
too
not on
just-
my algorithm.
Talk about like draggy, like in a Trump way. There are 2 girls that are like very sort of Miami coded. I think they're based in New York. They're like blonde, big boobs, and they like go to Carbone and they're
Right.
our honest review of Carbone, and then they just
yeah.
like exaggerate their voices to sound
I
like
had that. I wish I was more Miami coded. like as whatever you want to call it, as distasteful.
It would take so much for you to become Miami
want,
coded.
like,
We
the-
would
the
be
deep-
so
the
much
deep
bigger
V with
if
like
we were Miami coded.
God's lover tattoo just like right across.
You guys
the
are
chest. Give it
tasteful to
me.
a fault, I will say. It's like you're like both perfectly dressed for your individual personal
I know.
brands. Like I'm like,
annoying.
It's not good. We have to be messier.
and it's too late. It's too late now to change course.
No.
You think it's too late? I still believe in us.
We have
No,
the
I'm not
same-
saying it's
you
too
and I
late.
have
No,
the same
you guys are doing
wardrobe.
great. I'm not saying I'm doing better than you. You guys are doing great. I'm just saying, like, to get the Florida crowd,
I want the
think-
Florida crowd so bad.
I
Yeah,
think
we
would have to really
I think
start.
it's not going to happen. I mean, I look at Theo Vaughn's like the set for his show, and I just vomit. I'm like, how is this not? Every single podcast set is absolutely horrific.
I
There's
know,
no-
well, that
that's
was-
my gay straight. There's no interior designer for podcast sets.
I know, and
You guys are just in a studio.
I was about to say we're guilty of. I mean, when we're in the studio, it's fine, but we've been in so many different studios, and some of them are like real sort of like IKEA furniture meets like one dirty animal pillow.
Yeah.
like,
And then there's a neon cactus.
yeah. Oh my god, the neon cactus. Yeah.
There's always like a grass wall, but it's that plastic. You know what I'm talking about? There's like plastic leaves.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently stayed in a house that had that in, in the home.
Airbnb.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julio Torres needs to get into.
I know, it's true. It is shocking to me. Well, I also sort of think honestly that like within the next year and a half, all of this is going to be gone because like
What do you
people are
mean
gonna-
all this?
I mean, like people are going to
Podcast?
realize that like it's just non-union talk shows, and like
Oh, yeah.
it's going to start becoming
mean
like
Pete Davidson doing
illegal
a talk
to
show
do,
on
like,
Netflix?
This is going to be something that's like in the negotiations next time there's a WGA strike. Like I think we should all enjoy podcasting as it is now while it lasts.
Yeah,
and sort of like
I'm-
get that Patreon money. We're doing it too.
I can't believe you think unions are going to exist. Yeah, I think that's
I mean, I guess that's true.
will be a battle.
Well-
okay, wait. So, back to the restaurants. What is?
Yeah.
What's your favorite place that you've been to recently?
I was gonna
Great
ask that. Great question.
I mean, this isn't that recent, but like when Borgo opened, I was, we went very early on before
Yeah.
people started talking about it, and it was like delicious. Same thing with Sailor. I remember like Sailor opened like early on in his tenure, and it was like very cool to get a table there. And I'm sure now it's like impossible. To be honest, one of the reasons why I don't go as much is because, his job is to go to new restaurants, not like classic old ones.
Yeah.
And a lot of new restaurants are bad because they just like haven't figured it out yet. Like
Yeah.
it's just like by definition, like I so often get a bad stomach ache the next day, or like, they haven't quite figured out the choreography, and someone will like, a server will drop a plate. Like there's
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
no.
that's half a star gone.
Yeah. I like turn to him. I'm like, I don't think my husband like, no, but it is like, again, something no one is like playing a violin for me
Yeah,
for, but
yeah.
it is like, I've actually had some of the worst meals of my life. Like, because
You've
it's
been
like,
forced.
because it's like
Yeah.
random, so many places, the restaurant industry is so difficult, as you know,
Yeah.
like it is like such a terrible business to enter. The people that do it are either really earnest in their love of food,
Right,
or
right.
like megalomaniac, or like narcissists that like think that they're going to be the exception. But my point is that like
Wow.
so many restaurants, close within 6 months or
Yeah.
a year,
And you're the
I'm
one-
going
you're
to all
going-
of them.
Actually,
Like,
I don't envy. I don't envy.
You know what I
your-
mean?
don't
Like,
envy
'cause
your-
it's not like I'm
And
constantly.
he makes you take like do you have to eat the food?
I have to eat everything because he gets everything
Yeah.
for the
You
table.
can't just get a burger. You have-
Oh my god, the amount of like what's it called? Sweetbreads
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I've had like in the last year.
Oh,
you would
you're-
not believe. My arteries are clogged.
You're eating the tripe.
Yeah, no, completely. So yeah, it's like if he was taking me to like the grill every night, I would love that.
Yeah.
Or if like we were
But that's
going to
once, you
like
go one
Romans
time.
or something. Yeah, but although I will say, recently he had to do his list of the best restaurants in New
Oh, that
York,
was fun.
and that was clutch. I was like, okay, this is great.
I will make myself available
Yeah,
for Le
that was
Bernardin.
cool.
Okay.
And we did go to La Bernardin, and that was very cool.
Well, George, thanks for joining us on Middlebrow.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Everyone, check out your special.
Yes, A Sense of Urgency.
Sense of Urgency.
I saw it on Amazon, but
I
there's
saw it on
what other
Amazon.
platforms?
Amazon,
it's free
Apple.
it's free on Amazon.
It's
free on Amazon.
It's free on
Yeah.
Amazon. You can
With Prime.
With
Well,
Prime.
yeah.
It's also now on like all these. It's like Tubi, Mubi, like not Mubi actually,
Yeah.
sadly, but it's
It's on the Criterion. It's in the Criterion
It's
closet.
in the Criterion closet. They're streaming it. They're screening it at the Oscar ceremony with Nicole Kidman like sitting in the rafters.
And then listen to your podcast, Stradio Lab.
Yeah, Stradio Lab.
And most importantly, subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Middlebrow.
Which honestly, Stradio Lab is the straight version of this podcast.
Yeah, Stradio Lab is the straight version.
That is very flattering. We're much dumber than you guys. I promise you. The things we discuss are not.
No Gramsci. You're not allowed
No
to bring
Gramsci. No.
bring Gramsci to
It's
the
more
table?
Grimes
I
than
have no
Gramsci.
idea who that is still.
You're not bringing Adorno to the function.
We got to talk about Adorno.
Yeah.
I sort of think. Don't you think the Frankfurt School accidentally ruined everything? It was like a good idea while it lasted, and then everyone thought that the most intellectual thing you can do is analyze pop culture.
Yeah, well, like Christopher Rufo, who
Oh my God.
is like the he's like the
I'm
guy.
clocking this, listeners.
I'll see you in Miami.
I am gonna get replaced by George.
Christopher Rufo, who is like the guy who's led the DEI anti-DEI stuff for the last few years. He's like the right wing guy and influenced all of Trump's anti-DEI stuff. He like really cites Marcuse as the kind of nexus and the beginning and the birth of a certain sort of power dynamics that entered culture. All right,
Follow George on social media.
I had to get a
everyone.
little bit in. Bye,
Follow us on
everybody.
the podcast. Support our Patreon. Bye bye.
Okay, that was Middlebrow.